How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. Merry Christmas. I was not planning on making a video this morning because I already have two that I made just a few days ago. They're pretty similar to each other, but also really good for end of the year. But I wanted to make this video because we do have a new deadline for SEC applications to be changed. And I want to cover some of the other news, including Japan changing tax laws on crypto, and Alex Becker talking about the number one crypto that he'd buy right now if he had $500,000. If you don't mind, hit subscribe, turn on the bell notification underneath the video so you can see future videos just like this one. Also, while you're down there, you can check out Margex. So Margex is a non-KYC, non-VPN needed exchange where you can go trade on leverage. They have a ton of different cryptos you can trade, and you can use all different forms of collateral as well. So you could use Solana to trade Bitcoin, or Bitcoin to trade Solana, or you can use USDT or Bitcoin to trade Bitcoin. There are a lot of different options. Also, if you already have an account, you can refer other people and you can actually get a commission from them. Now, Blowfin also is running a trading competition. There are just a few minutes left in this, so if you want to pay attention, we are planning on running another trading competition for Blowfin, and then also we're going to run one for Margex as well soon. Now, crypto started to move up a little bit. Bitcoin moving back up to 43.3. Yesterday it went down under 43K. Some altcoins moving as well up a bit over the last 24 hours against Bitcoin, including XRP up 4% against Bitcoin in the last 24 hours. Now, some interesting things coming up. The SEC has told firms for the spot Bitcoin ETFs to submit final updates by December 29th in order to be considered in the first wave of potential approvals. You can actually see this over on Cointelegraph as well. So they have just a few days left, 4 days. We're probably going to see those updated applications by Friday. They want them in so that way that they can review them and approve them by January 10th. I would not be surprised if they did it even before January 10, like January 5, January 6, something like that. They review them that week between December 29 and, what would that be, January 5. They review over that time, and then they approve them. We also know that there are a lot of companies that recently got on a call with the SEC, and this is coming from that call. This is from some representatives that have talked to, I think it's Reuters. Reuters has been commenting on this or making some articles about it. This is coming about 100 days before the next Bitcoin halving. By the time we get that ETF approved, we have about a 100-day countdown. Now, what happens in that 100 days? I'm not exactly sure. We could have a little bit of a quiet time moving into that halving, or maybe we just continue to get big news because we're getting news from so many different countries right now. For example, we just heard that Japan is going to extend taxation, end taxation on unrealized crypto and Bitcoin assets as it seeks to promote the development of Web3 in the country. Now, the fact is that they had some crazy rules on this before. I mean, imagine being taxed just by holding Bitcoin. The value of your Bitcoin goes up, you get taxed. It's kind of similar, but in the opposite direction as the old accounting rules for people that held digital assets in the US before the FASB changed them over the last month or so, where companies had to continue to write them off as losses on their balance sheet, even if they held them. Imagine if you held Bitcoin right now and you bought it at 20,000 and now you have it at 43,000, you having to pay taxes. So you basically have to sell some of your crypto to then pay those taxes or come out of pocket in some other way. That's just crazy. So more and more countries are promoting normal, I think, common sense rules towards cryptocurrency, which makes it a lot easier to buy cryptocurrency. This is just going to unlock the door for a lot of people. And Japan has a large GDP. They have $4.94 trillion, which is 10x some of the countries that we've been talking about recently, like Argentina, like Nigeria. Still 5 times smaller than the US, but it's in the top, I'd say probably top 20 countries in the world when you compare it to, obviously, the top 20. So definitely a country that you want to be paying attention to what they are doing. Now, Alex Becker, and I want to apologize too. This is really early in the morning. I'm doing this right after I woke up because I wanted to get this out to you as quickly as possible before Christmas festivities start. So in case I'm stuttering or something like that, I appreciate you guys watching this. This is not my best, but we're going to make it through. So you have 500K to drop into the crypto market. What do you buy to multiply? Alex Becker says super, period. Done. Now, this is a crypto that he holds. I like this, though. I want to cover this because a lot of people follow Alex Becker. I'm not telling you to go buy what he buys or anything like that. I just pay attention to the people that are really successful in the space, and I pay attention to the narratives that they're paying attention to. Obviously, he's big into gaming. He's big into gaming infrastructure, gambling. Those are really where he's placing his bets. Now, he has talked about super a handful of times, but you have to remember that a lot of these crypto influencers, Alex Becker, Elio Trades, they'll do videos with 20 different cryptos in them. So I wanted to play a couple of the pieces that a couple of the videos that he's talked about super, and then I'll talk about why I kind of like super as well, even though I don't hold it at this point.
I'm gonna go straight for super. I talked about this a month ago. I said, don't doubt Elliott Trades. I said, this is what we're looking at. This looks good. And there it goes. The bigger point is Elliott knows exactly the direction he wants to take this. He's been in the space forever. He's the most networked person I know by far in the space. There's so much infrastructure and actual backbone of games that's being built around here. And so I think this comes up like right underneath Beam is where I'm going to go to next. There's so many things it has going for it, which is, again, the first thing we want to look at is narrative. Does it have the narrative? Yes. And if I'm looking at a big coin, I want it to be an infrastructure coin. There are some big games out there that have giant market caps of games, but I usually like to look for the infrastructure because it can run in so many other different ways. Does it have infrastructure? Yes. Does it have the founder? Yes. Does it have the partnerships, the marketing? Yes. It's all there what I'm looking for. So again, I'm just going to go for super. I've talked about it here. I talked about it here. I'm talking about it here. Because again, if we look at where super was, it's nowhere near its all-time high. And this is back when super didn't have any infrastructure, didn't have anything. It was just new. Now we got a battle-hardened CEO. We got all the partnerships for it. I think it's obvious. Now
there is another video where he talks about it, and he basically just called it out at 10 cents and talked about how he likes super. It's very similar to what he said before. Now let's take a look at super for a second. So it's moved up since he talked about it. It's 68 cents right now. Compare it to the last 1 year, it looks explosive, right? It's consolidating right here, like a lot of other gaming cryptos, but it's still down a lot from its high of about $4.20. So still could do a 6x just to get to its previous all-time high. Market cap, $333 million. That's just the circulating market cap right now. Fully diluted, over $500 million. Now, in case you didn't know, you can scroll down to see where cryptos trade. It is on a lot of major exchanges: Binance, Coinbase, KuCoin, Uniswap, Kraken, Gate.io, BingX, BitGet, and there are a bunch more that we can show too. And if you didn't know too, you can always scroll down to see what the crypto is. So Superverse is building and delivering Web3 products that empower crypto natives with next generation NFT functionality. They are the cryptocurrency of a next gen NFT marketplace, and also they work with imposters. There's a game called Imposters that Elio Trades started. Elio Trades is obviously a big crypto YouTuber, and they power that as well. So honestly, it will probably do well during the next bull run. It will. You can probably still buy and make a nice 6-10x. I'm just saying that as someone that's been around the space long enough to realize we are still early in the market. We'll probably go up higher than the last market. There's a lot of people watching this cryptocurrency. There are a lot of people covering it. They're giving it good publicity. But I'm not telling you to go buy this. I don't care if you buy this. I think there are a lot of cryptocurrencies that are going to 5 or 10x. But I like what Superverse is doing, or I like the fact that it is an infrastructure coin. I think that's really important because we don't know what's going to do extremely well during the next bull run, what game is going to do extremely well. But getting in on infrastructure or launchpad, stuff like that, like CDeFi, those are the cryptos that kind of take a little bit of pressure away, because if just one thing goes well that they power, it can push up the token. It can continue that narrative. And keep in mind too, Superverse jumped really quickly. It came out at like $1.40 and then right away rocketed it up to $4. So like people are excited about this. People probably still hold it. People probably bought it all the way up $4, $3, $2. They are holding for a while, and they have been holding for years. But always do your own due diligence. I don't hold Superverse, so don't think I'm trying to pump a bag or anything like that. Of course, I usually do talk about cryptos that I own, because why else would I talk about them? But in this case, obviously, I don't have anything in the race. I'm not trying to tell you about it because I own it. You can see here too, Bitcoin pumping up. So I've been saying this a lot, like dips are meant for buying. Dips are meant for buying, guys. If you can buy a dip on Bitcoin, if you can buy a dip on anything, it's probably going to do well for you over the next bull run. We have so much excitement, so many good things coming. Be ready, because we are going to see dips and we are going to be able to buy those dips. Sometimes they're just low dips like what we just saw, $1,000 for maybe 12 hours or 24 hours. Could see another one. I was thinking yesterday, who is selling Bitcoin right ahead of all these big events? Maybe someone that just is taking a little bit off the table. Maybe they have, I don't know, 100,000 Bitcoin and they just want to sell 10,000 just to take some off the table, just to buy a private island. I don't know. But like that just seems like a crazy idea to sell Bitcoin ahead of a spot ETF, ahead of the Bitcoin halving, ahead of the next year and a half. This is typically a great time to be buying crypto, not selling. Let me know your thoughts on all this underneath the video, though. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Again, sorry, trying to make videos right when you wake up isn't always the best idea, but I wanted to make sure that you guys got this information. Again, there's links to Margex, Blowfin. If you guys want to know what I'm buying or selling, there's a link to Patreon. I have something really cool that I'm going to be able to unveil later this week, something that you're going to probably be interested in, that will be able to give you information that you've never had before in crypto, really leveling the playing field between you and people like Leo Trades, like Alex Becker, other influencers that have a lot of information. I'm going to give you access to that information later this week. So be on the lookout for that. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I will see you in the next video.